Hi, today we are talking push prep and pelvic floor awareness. So for your upcoming birth, you'll be given some cues when you're in your birth setting, either at the hospital or at home or in a birth center to push. And one of the most common cues that I hear is push like you're pooping. And some people that cue really works for them and others find it kind of confusing. Why is that? I notice that a lot of times people say, well, I really have to push hard and contract my pelvic floor when I'm pooping. But that's actually the opposite of what we want to do. When we're pooping, when we're urinating, we want to relax our pelvic floor muscles. So think of just breathing steadily in and out through your nose and relaxing your pelvic floor. So it allows your anus to gently open and the muscles that surround your anus to relax, to let poop out. And it's the same with a baby. We want to allow the muscles and the fascia and the ligaments and everything around our vaginal opening and all of the pelvic floor to relax, to allow for passage of baby. Because if we have constricted muscles or tight muscles, it's going to tighten up and not let baby through. But if we allow everything to relax, then the pelvic floor opens like a keyhole, just like that, to allow baby's head to pass through for birth. So one of the best ways that I like to bring pelvic awareness to my clients' practice is by using a Pilates ball, a 9-inch round Pilates ball. You can find them on Amazon and they will be linked in my storefront coming soon. That will be available on my link tree and on my website, so you guys can find it over there. But all we need is this, not full, so there's still some squishiness. You can give it quite a good bit of squish, and a hard chair. So a chair that has no cushion, is nice and hard and flat, and we're going to put the ball right under our pelvic floor. Now everyone always says, oh my gosh, I'm gonna pop it. It's weighted to hold, I believe, like 250 to 275 pounds, so that it can withstand quite a bit. And if you're afraid of it popping, you can let a little more air out so there's a little more squish to the ball. And you can also do this with a rolled bathing towel. So if you take a beach or bathing towel and fold it in half long ways and then roll it like a burrito, you can place that burrito roll right under your pelvic floor, and that works well. Also, I just noticed a little more give and take with the ball, so it moves a little more with your pelvic floor, and that's what we want to do in this pelvic awareness or pelvic clock activity. So when we're thinking about our pelvic floor, I invite you to think of it like the face of a clock. So this would be 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And we're going to isolate each area of our pelvic floor like it was a pie cut into fourths. And then we're going to try and do the whole pelvic floor together, a full pelvic floor contraction and a full release after we kind of initiate each area. And by isolating those areas, you kind of see where your weaknesses are, or maybe where there's some areas of tension. And my hope is that you can take this into a deeper practice and really spend some time understanding your pelvic floor anatomy with this pelvic clock exercise and awareness. So first, what we're going to do with that ball under our pelvic floor is inhale through nose, exhale through mouth. Now we're going to inhale, and then on the exhale, that's when we contract that particular area of our pelvic floor. So we're going to start with this area that's around the spine or around our anus, and this area right back here. And we're going to hold it as if we were trying to hold in gas and not pass gas. And we're going to hold it and lift and squeeze for 2, 3, release. And so that's what we're going to do for about 3 seconds in each area. And then we're going to move on and do the entire pelvic floor as one. So as you're ready, inhale. Exhale, lift and squeeze just the muscles around your anus for 2, 3, and release. Very nice. Now let's move over to 3 o'clock. So maybe your right side. Lift and squeeze area of the right side on your exhale. On your inhale, release and feel it soften back out over your ball. Okay, area around your urogenital triangle, this area right here. Inhale. Exhale, lift and squeeze, and release. Very good. Now that left side, or your 9 o'clock area, just kind of this side of your pelvic floor, we're going to inhale and exhale, lift and squeeze just that side for 2, 3, release. Very nice. All right, so did you notice a difference in any of your sides? I often hear people say one side feels a little stronger than the other side, or one side feels noticeably weaker. So just kind of make those observations, no judgment. Now we're going to inhale and let your belly fill and expand, and exhale, lift all 4 areas at once, lift and squeeze, and hold for 2, 3, 4, 5, release, and feel your pelvic floor soften or spread back out over the ball. So what your pelvic floor is doing as it's lifting and contracting, you can feel it lift up off the ball, and then as you inhale and soften it, you can feel it spread back over the ball. So it kind of does this. All right, and that's what you want. You want that awareness, because when we're pushing, when we're in the pushing phase of birth, we want to relax the pelvic floor. So we want to bear down, but we're not bearing down and contracting the pelvic floor. So it's more of a bearing down with a breathing and bearing down with everything you got in your upper body and relaxing the lower body. So that's what I've found to be really helpful with my clients during their birth. And you can also watch, I have this pelvic clock exercise in a little more detail over in the Instagram Reels series called Pelvic Health. So you'll find that one over there. All right, you all, thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Bye.